ever go to this as a kid? Field trip? Did you ever come out here?
I didn't go on the field trip part, but I was definitely at a lot of women's basketball games as a little kid.
You didn't play hooky?
Oh, of course not.
Your dad taught you.
How cool is it though to have all these kids out here and support you guys?
Yeah, it's nice. I've never participated in like a kids game, I guess, but it is fun like seeing like different kids that look up to you and just how they're so eager to have us like sign their face or sign their card, different things like that. It's like it's sweet. I know like I don't think I've ever even growing up because I didn't really play basketball when I was younger, but I never went to games like that and like you know what I mean. So it's cute. It's fun and it was loud. It was so loud the entire time. It was so loud.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like me and Lauren's first year here last year, it was cardboard cutouts in the stands. So having like all those kids and it being really loud was a lot of fun.
Shay, how would you describe your role this season for this team?
I think I need to be very versatile and just no matter what it looks like, help the team as much as I can, whether that's in practice for game prep or actually getting more minutes on the floor. Whatever it is, I want to be willing to do it. If we need a defensive stopper that game or someone to shoot the three, I just want to be able to fill those spots. So not one thing in particular, but just being able to do a lot of different things for the team.
How did this game get y'all ready for Tennessee?
I think we definitely learned that we need to focus on the details because, like I said, when it comes to bigger games, we don't have room to miss that many layups or free throws and just be a lot cleaner and more aggressive on defense. So just seeing that and being able to have film on that, I think will help us a lot against Tennessee.
And I just think like no excuse for low energy and low effort. Like our effort always needs to be top tier. Our energy, or did I say energy? Effort. Both of them need to be up there. There's no excuse for to be no matter who we're playing.
Do you feel like y'all were sleepwalking a lot more?
Yeah, we had a slow start. We definitely had a slow start, dragging our feet. I mean, like I said before, it's great that we won, but it's not the way we want it to win with our defense and making shots and layups and free throws and whatnot.
Lauren, how would you assess how y'all are playing defense in these first 3 games?
I think it's a lot like practice. Like we work really hard in practice to deny and get up in the press, and obviously there's places where we can grow on the defensive side, but I think we continue to work, put our head down, like Coach says, and go to work and we'll be fine. But it is hard work. Not many people do it, so yeah.
How do you see Tennessee this year? It may not be the Tennessee of old. I know they're 3-0, but everything is on. How do you see them this year?
I mean, every team we approach them like that's a competitor. That's a team that we need to go out there and fight and battle, and especially being an SEC team, like they're gonna play hard, they're gonna rebound, they're gonna finish, they're gonna run in transition. So we have a responsibility, and our coaches are gonna prepare us for that to get ready for them and any opponent that we have to face.
Is it fair to say you're not going to sneak up on anybody after 10?
I mean,
Fair.
Yeah, I think we definitely opened a lot of people's eyes.
But I mean, continue to doubt us.
Yeah.
We'll continue to put our heads down and work. So it's, we don't really worry about outside noise. It's more so what we got going on within our circle.
I know you both only got here last year. You're kind of vets with all the newcomers. How have you all brought those newcomers in and kind of made them a part of this team?
All the newcomers are super talented, so they don't need necessarily help on like the skill level side of things, but just we all clicked sort of as a unit in general. We're all really good friends, so just keeping them under our wing and showing them that it's going to be an adjustment from high school or junior college or whatever it is, and just working through, like, you're going to have bad days, but making sure that those don't become continuous, and just next play mentality and not getting down on themselves, I think is probably the biggest thing that we need to help them out with.
You have so much depth. Practices sometimes harder than the games.
Practices are definitely
always
harder than the game. That's the goal.
Always harder than the game.
Yes.
That's good, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe you're ready.
Anything else before we bring up Coach?
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Are we good? Yes.
We've been talking for half an hour. You guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Coach, you want to start us off with a statement first and then the questions?
Well, I think, today I think was probably not surprising for me in that, we were a little sleepy. Didn't quite have the energy level that, we played with on Sunday, and that's typical of a young, inexperienced team. So, again, I thought Joanne was the juice for us today. And I thought that, she really brought an energy level that it was hard for us to match a little bit with everybody else. So, it was a little frustrating on my end just because I just thought the first half we were really, just out of sync. We still got kids that don't know plays. I just thought our execution was really poor. And I know you guys are probably thinking, well, gosh, Coach, you're up 23 at half. I mean, what can you be upset about? But, the little things, I heard the girls talking about it earlier, those are the things that will jump up and get you in a big game. And it's what we were so attention to detail about, over the weekend, and we'll need to be this coming weekend. So might be a little tired, at certain positions. You play, we're playing some young kids that have never really practiced at this level with the intensity that we practice with, and play as long and play as hard as we do. So that might be part of it too. So, 11 o'clock games, y'all, are early in the morning. They're a challenge. And, it was just a challenge to get everybody to breakfast on time, if you want to know the truth about it. So part of it. Well, I mean, pregame was at 7. Yeah. So. They are, yeah. I'm not. They are. I was fine. I was on the elliptical. It was no problem, but,
Would you have beaten Stanford today with that effort?
I don't believe there's anybody, no, that's not, we would not have. Yeah. And I think the kids understand that. They know that. There's a standard that you live by, and whatever you're doing today, that's your standard, and that's not our standard. What we did today is, we've got to be better. And I thought some kids were better. I thought Shay was much better today than she's been all year. But see, Shay's been practicing better. She's been getting better. She's staying in she's staying in the picture. See, when you're struggling and you might not be getting time, then you got to stay in the picture. So if that means jumping over on the scout team, then you jump over on the scout team. Instead of letting the scout team play and you stand over there and waiting for 1 or 2 reps, you go get on the scout team. And that's what she's been doing. And so both her and Aaliyah ran the scout team on the road, and Aaliyah Matharu, and did a really good job. You know what? Consequently, Aaliyah Matharu made some big plays for us, didn't she, at Stanford? And I thought Shay was really good tonight, but she's been practicing good.
Is that the kind of boost you need from her, from the come in and just take a couple big shots and give you that motor off the bench?
Yeah, and she runs the floor. Obviously, that's a big strength of hers. The 3 assists are great. The block shot's great. I just, got to get rid of those turnovers. She had 1. But, she had 4 rebounds and 25 minutes. So she logged a lot of minutes for us today. But, we're kind of forced into that a little bit. And that, I got Kobe over there and Kendall in a boot. And, I think there's a good chance we'll get them both back pretty quick. But at the same time, they weren't available today, and both those kids needed to play today. They need the experience, and so we'll kind of see where we are. We get to tomorrow off. We'll see where Amo is and see if we can get her back for the weekend.
What are those injuries? Can you talk about it?
I mean, they're just their feet. Their feet issues, ankles. Kobe's is a foot, and Kendall's is an ankle.
Did they happen at Stanford?
Kobe's happened in practice at Stanford, yeah. Kendall's has been something that's been kind of a nagging thing, and she's really been tough and dealing with it. And So I'm hopeful with both those kids.
Was Aaliyah ankle?
You know, I don't really know what it is. It happened during the game, and I was just told that coming out of halftime, you know, she probably didn't need to play, so we didn't play her.
What are your likes and dislikes a little more in the weeds today? What you saw that really kind of ticked you off?
Well, I really was excited for Fam. You know, she gave us some good positive minutes, and, you know, she lost her grandmother this week, y'all. And, you know, we all sit around, and again, I don't know how kids like her do it, being this far from home in the Congo, and, you know, she's been away from family for a while now, and then to get a phone call from Mom that her grandmother passed away, it's tough. And so I was happy to see her come in and have some success and play well, went 3 for 4. So, you know, that was good. I thought Deanna played, you know, in her 12 and a half minutes, went 5 out of 7 from the floor and had 4 rebounds, had a block shot. So, you know, Deanna is that kid that can play multiple positions for you and has some ball skills. So, you know, between her, Latasha, she didn't shoot it well, but just getting out there and getting her, y'all, in that environment is only going to help her. And she's gonna get better. You all don't know it, but you know, in practice, I've had the 4 freshmen and Aaliyah Matharu together 2 straight days, and they've won 2 straight days. They won what we call Longhorn, which is a 4-minute scrimmage. So those young ones are coming, and they're really competitive kids. So, you know, but again, I thought Rory's third quarter was her best by far, and energy-wise, she's got a cold. You know, she's fighting some sickness too. So, thought her third quarter though was great to start. Joe was solid all day, and you know, Ashley came off the bench and played 24 minutes or 21 minutes, and did some good things as well. Had 3 steals, so made a big 3 at the end of the quarter.
Graded with 27 turnovers.
Yeah.
And took 4 charges from
Yeah.
that count. So.
Yeah, I think we took more than that. We had 4 at halftime, and so you know, I'd like to have 5 a game. You know, especially when you're going against a team that really drives it a lot, and you know, it just and the key is you got to get a couple early. If you get a couple early, it stops all that driving. You know, it stops all that penetration. People just go, crap, I can't go in there, so we got to do something else. And so, you know, it's encouraging. You know, I'm encouraged. I'm not certainly going to be unhappy about winning by 41. At the same time, it's my job to be picky and pick on those things that need working.
What type of role do you think Latasha's going to have in the future for the team?
You know, that's a stretch 4 that can do a lot of things. She missed some real easy ones today, you know, underneath. But, you know, she's a kid that can stretch it and shoot the 3. She's long, can alter shots, block shots. She had 2 blocks today. And so, you know, I just think she's going to, you know, she's somebody, the more she plays, the more comfortable she gets with that knee. She adds a lot to the floor for us. So, you know, again, she didn't shoot it well today, but she didn't practice at all, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes at Stanford on Saturday. Wasn't able to play a lot on Sunday, and she came back Monday and Tuesday. But, y'all, we've got to get kids in practice for weeks at a time, and then you'll start seeing some real growth and progress. And that's the challenge right now with this team. It seems like we always got somebody over there sitting down, not practicing.
Yeah, we're playing Tennessee. It's maybe not the vintage Tennessee that we all know the last 30 years. They are 3-0, but I think they're leaving scores out and they've struggled. What are you expecting?
I expect the old Tennessee. That's where their coach is from, and you know, rebounding and defense is always something that that program has preached and took great pride in, and you know, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a really, you know, tough physical basketball team, and you know, Coach Harper, they do a great job, and they got great players over there, and there'll be a lot of fans there on a Sunday afternoon. They've got, you know, it's really one of the great tradition-rich, storied programs in all of women's college basketball. Us at Texas, Tennessee, Stanford, I mean, those programs are what they've done for our game over the course of time are, it's really second to none. So it's really, again, much like Stanford, it's an honor to be a part of that series and be able to go in there and play, against a program like that. And my job is to get these kids ready to understand that.
You hear from any fans, last year obviously was crazy last year, but did you hear from any fans who are disappointed that that game got canceled and you guys were rescheduled?
No, I'm not even sure at that time we were allowing fans in. Remember, we had month and a half where we couldn't have fans at all. So I don't know if that one was one of them or not. I know ESPN was disappointed because we were supposed to be on ESPN that day, and they had to scramble. But glad we can return this year, and we owe them that.
Speaking of the fans, Vic, the girls were talking about last year they had cardboard cutouts. Today's game, thousands of little kids making your ears bleed. Just how much fun is that, an atmosphere like you had today?
What's really brings a smile to my face and joy to my heart is when that game's over out there, you've got thousands of kids waiting to get an autograph, waiting to get a picture. To me, that's what women's college basketball here at Texas, that's what we do. That's what we can do for our communities. It's the accessibility that our program has to young and old alike. And that's what I'm used to. And it was really hard last year not being able to do that. It should always take us 45 minutes to get to the locker room after a victory. Because we're signing posters every game, not just one. We're always going to be accessible. We're always going to, hug mamas and kiss babies, as I say. We're always going to, some little old lady wants to give them a dozen cookies, we're going to do that, And what that creates, y'all? That creates an atmosphere and an ownership in a team. And pretty soon they think it's their team. They don't think it's my team. Those people think that's their girls, and it's their team. And that's what makes what we do so special. So it's pretty cool. It's just really, again, it's special, but it's important to me, and it's important to us here at Texas that we do that and we create that relationship with our fans. And our kids, I think, they're great kids, and they know the same autograph they gave today, the same picture they took today. They're probably going to do that 15 times this year with the same person, but we're going to do it. Because if that's all it takes to get 5,000, 10,000 in there every night, how easy is that? A lot of people won't do it, men and women. They won't do it. Their egos won't let them do it. That ain't a problem for us. We're going to do whatever it takes.
Did you plan the dribble drive and the weave part of your offense? What are you looking for? How many options you have?
Yeah, the thing about right now offensively, we just don't have a lot of patience. Sometimes you got to be really patient in that offense, and we're struggling on the patience piece, and then we're struggling finishing a little bit at the rim. We had some layup opportunities. I think we missed 10 in the first half, and we missed some more in the second half. So we're just not taking advantage. I think like Joanne can get to her spot anytime she wants to, and so I think that. We're evolving in that, but it's a work in progress, and that's part of my concern, y'all. Is our offensive execution right now? We've got to work on that.
You had, I think, 3 assists in Stanford, and like 11 or more today.
Yeah.
The 3 assists bother you a little bit? I mean, you had a great win.
Yeah, we had 17 today. The thing about Stanford just. They take away any inside game that you can possibly have, so you really rely on kids making shots. And, of course, we had 38 points out of 2 players. Rory had 21, Aaliyah Matharo had 17, and all of hers were in the fourth quarter. So, the thing about Matharu's points, you guys don't know this, but we played Stanford 2 years ago when I was at Mississippi State, and Aaliyah went on a personal 8-0 run that game, running the same thing we ran for the other day. And, I'm a guy that I go back and watch games. It could be last year, it could be a year ago, 2 years ago, it might be 5 years ago, but I'm going to watch what my team does against certain teams. And and see maybe what works. And, you know, when Aaliyah made the step back three in the corner, I've been around Aaliyah enough to know she had that look in her eye, and so we wanted to try to give her some more opportunities, and she came through in a big way, didn't she? So, you know, it's we're a work in progress. Again, we've got to develop our inside game. Thought it was better today. Lauren going 5 for 5 certainly helps. Leah Moore was 2 for 3 when she came out. Film goes 3 for 4. So, you know, Gaston was 5 out of 7, but a lot of hers were off the perimeter, which she can play the perimeter. So it's a lot to ask of a young player like Deanna to learn 3 different positions. And because of her limitations sometimes with her legs, sometimes we've got to be, you know, we got to put her in the right place to be successful.
The last question I have is, like, you're talking about picking nits a little bit. You know, you're not trying to beat Southeast Missouri today or Tennessee. You're trying to win every game, aren't you?
Well, I mean, yeah, we have a big picture here, and I think that's the thing. You know, I was trying to get kids ready, you know, the week before in our opener. You know, as much as that game got out of control, I had to get certain kids ready for Stanford. Again, a lot of people are sitting there going, well, Vic, what are you getting ready for? You can't go in there and win. Well, that's not how I'm built, and it's certainly not how our kids are built, and it's not the way we approached it. And obviously we can, and we did. And so that's kind of how your season goes. You know, we've got some real tough games on the road, y'all. Somebody made a point of saying, Vic, what's your deal with Sundays? It seems like you got some miserable Sundays coming up. And, you know, it's just it's kind of the way it worked out. But those Sundays are going to get us ready for conference in January and February, as well as some of our non-conference teams here. I mean, you know, there's some teams rolling in here. They're well coached. They're NCAA teams. They're always competing for conference championships in their own conference. So Rika does a great job, y'all. She's, you know, those kids play really, really hard. When I was watching film, they scared me how hard they go to the boards. So I think we gave up, you know, 12 offensive boards. We only gave up 10 on Sunday.
Yeah, they were out-rebounded for a long time.
I know.
So, and you talk about miserable Sundays. Last Sunday wasn't too miserable.
No, it was pretty good.
You'll take some of those.
Yeah, no, and that's what people are saying. I'm not thinking that, but you know, somebody made the point. You got all these tough games on a Sunday, and it's just the way it worked out. But you know, personally, I don't even like playing on Sundays, and we're going into a league where you play every Sunday. You know, Thursday, Sunday, and we've got a lot of Sunday games this year due to TV, which I'm just not a big fan of. But it is what it is. They say show up, we got to show up.
Get you ready.
Yeah.
Were you worried at all about Joe's start as far as her shooting? You figured she figured it out.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, I'm not worried about Joanne. I got other things to worry about, but she ain't one of them. You know, she'll be fine. I've got a lot of confidence in Joanne. So.
How satisfied are you with your guards' perimeter defense and their intensity?
Yeah, I tell you where we are, y'all. This is probably as good as I've had a team play early on the perimeter defensively on the ball, not fouling, not hand checking. It's been pretty good, and so that's certainly encouraging for me. You know, but we've really focused on coaching that collapsed arm that we got to have in order to be able to defend the way we want to defend, and we've got some kids really executing that technique well, and so we'll just keep working on that. Appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and hook 'em.